Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the LightForce Center. I'm Alexander. We are here with the beautiful Enna, who is going to be sharing her incredible healing journey, overcoming chronic pain in her body, autoimmune issues, and a whole host of other amazing things. Her story is incredible. Your experience is amazing. She's now a LightForce healer as well. Woo! And we are so grateful to have you, sister. Honestly, welcome. And before we dive in, I just have to give this disclaimer that the information provided here on this podcast and this video on this website is for informational purposes only. It's not intended as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical consultation, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or another qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. So now that that's out of the way, I'm so grateful to have you. It's been an honor going on this journey with you, and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Sister, tell us, I mean, for people who are listening, if you've ever experienced being stuck on a never-ending healing journey, if you've experienced physical pain in the body that you just can't seem to overcome, if the medical professionals haven't been able to properly assess where your pain comes from, then you're going to want to hear Enna's story, and you're going to want to listen to the nuances that have taken place on her journey as well, overcoming autoimmune issues and a whole host of other different things. So thank you for sharing, being willing to share, and tell us a bit about your background and how you even came into this world.
Oh, for sure, I've been on that path for 9 years. It's been a long journey. So yes, basically, I'm coming from Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, a post-war country. I was actually 2 years old when the war started in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Like a lot of ancestral traumas here. But actually, my healing journey started in my 20s when I started to experience physical pain in my left leg, which was a severe pain, which over the time translated to being chronic for 9 years. So basically, that's when my healing journey started. So first, I was seeking medical attention, as all of us do. But nobody knew what's going on. So I basically didn't just stuck to doctors here in Bosnia, but then started to seek diagnosis in 5 different countries, a lot of doctors, a lot, honestly. Then I figured that, okay, this is not something that I'm going to solve quickly. Then I actually did like systematic analysis because my job actually required it. And then the doctor called me and he told me, like, you have to come in, something's wrong. And I was like, okay, what is wrong? And he told me, like, your liver analysis are not good. And I was like, wow, how come? And he told me that he could not believe that those are my analysis. And he told me, like, this is analysis of something who has like 100 kilos and basically is addicted to alcohol. And then he asked me, what are you taking? And I told him that I'm taking a lot of painkillers because nobody knew what's going on with me. I didn't have a diagnosis and they were just giving me painkillers. And it was really hard at the time because I was like dynamic, functional, sporty, and all of a sudden when that started to happen to me, like I was not able to sit more than 10 minutes. So I was not able to work, I was not able to drive, like my whole life was upside down. And then when he told me that actually those painkillers harmed my liver a lot, I made a decision to stop taking any kind of medication at that point. And then I figured, okay, I need to do something else. I need to search for answers somewhere else. Then I started to go to psychotherapy because I knew that this is not something that I'm going to solve quick. So I just decided to go to psychotherapy with the goal to actually accept that this is my current condition and that I need to start living with it. It was really hard to have a quality life with such a chronic and very severe pain. Like I was experiencing pain for 9 years, like from 10 to 13 hours a day, like
Wow.
constantly. Yeah. So I started to go to therapy, and that
As one
basically,
does.
yeah, that basically opened a huge door for me. So I didn't know the therapist I took actually was the founder of the Gestalt Psychotherapy Institute here in Sarajevo. I started working with her, and she thought that I'm really talented, and she pursued me to actually start to study Gestalt psychotherapy, even though I was at the time economist, specialized in international business and marketing. And I was having a career in marketing and communications, but it was kind of my passion always. I was always like passionate about human psychology, healing, the way we human beings are created. So I was like, okay, let's do it. But what was like life-changing at the time for me was that what I realized that once I started to release emotions and release traumas from my body during the psychotherapy sessions, that like my pain started to change. It actually started to change because at that time it actually spread from my left leg. I was having a shooting pain from my gluteus through the left leg into my toes. At the time I already had a pain in my shoulder and in my knees, and it spread all over my body actually. So I realized like, wow, once I started to basically clear all the negative emotions from my body, I started to see some changes. And it was quite interesting for me, like, why nobody talks about this? Like, this is so important component of your healing journey. Then I got even more interested in psychology, like at that time. So I basically came to conclusion that I did everything that I could do through psychotherapy method. Like every method has its own limits, basically. So I
You are a
was.
psychotherapist.
Yeah, I graduated for Gestalt psychotherapy meantime
Amazing.
after 5 years of
So,
studies. Yeah.
so you can confidently speak on these topics.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm working with
That's
the
amazing.
clients for years now. And yes, I can. I definitely can confidently speak about this. Like, yes, psychotherapy
Because not only
has
have you
its own
studied
limits.
it, but you had to adapt it yourself for your own healing.
Yeah, because the study actually included like a lot of self-work, like individual psychotherapy sessions, also group sessions, like hundreds of hours of self-work. So yes, I can definitely confidently say that it has its own limits. It helps a lot. For example, in my experience, and also from the experience of my clients in psychotherapy setting, yes, you can become a master of regulation with using psychotherapy methods, like a master of regulations. Like I could regulate my emotions in an instant.
You can
And
regulate them.
yes, that's a
Okay.
key word. You regulate them. But yes, I could regulate it. It also shifted my perspective, like I completely changed my mindset. But I knew it's not, something's missing there. I knew it because I became very conscious and very aware of my own processes. And I knew that something is missing. So I basically decided to continue my journey and go to the next level. So,
So can I stop you there just for a second? Because a lot of people will
sure.
start with
Okay.
therapy, right? It's like the first layer of the onion. You have to become aware of what you're aware of or what you're unaware of, right?
Mhm.
What's the difference between regulating emotions and actually like healing them from your perspective?
Amazing question. Honestly, I didn't know that you can even like you can come to that point to not feel them at all, not that you don't need to regulate them. I thought like, okay, that's like the end goal to become the master of regulation. But the difference is that when I say you regulate it, like you feel those emotions and you become like deeply aware of it in a second. For me, it was like that in a second. For other people, it will take time to become aware of those emotions, of course. But then you regulate them, like, okay, once I become aware of it, then I just ask myself a question: from where is this emotion coming from? Why am I experiencing it? Does it belong to my past experience, or it belongs to this particular situation? And then I basically regulate it by just letting it go. But I feel it. There
You
is
still
a
feel it,
trigger,
and it still comes up.
like the key difference from being in a healed state where I am right now and being a regulator, as I like to say, is that when you're healed, you don't have triggers. Like there are no
Yeah.
triggers. People cannot trigger you.
This
And
is so important because people are going to be
it
asking, like, what does it mean to be healed? Like, what is a healed state? And you just identified it perfectly. It's not that you don't experience the human emotions. It's not that you become enlightened all of a sudden, but you're no longer having these triggers that are caused by past circumstances that are
yes,
rooted in your subconscious, right?
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Amazing.
Because
This is key, family. Listen to this. This is fire information here.
it
Okay,
truly
so
is.
you were a
It blew my
regulator, and
mind,
then
honestly, Alexander. I didn't knew
yeah,
that you can come to that state. Even though I was a
right.
psychotherapist, even though I was working with clients, even though my clients were transforming themselves enormously, but I didn't have experience of not being triggered by other people. I was triggered, but I would regulate it.
You just
I
deal
would
with it.
not just put that in the face to other people.
Yeah.
But no triggers? Seriously? It was kind of really strange feeling for me once I came there. It was like, well, okay, this is
Do
strange.
you mind if I read a little bit of your map, just some of the emotions
Sure,
that you first came into? So
sure.
when Enna, when she started, so there was the physical symptoms that 8-year long chronic pain, knee pain for 7 years, left shoulder pain. Um, you had pain in the middle of the back, just chronic fatigue. That was your number. That was a 10 out
Oh,
of
yeah.
10. So for when I
Yeah,
say read your map, family, what I'm talking about is emotional mapping. Emotional mapping is the key leverage that we use here at LightForce Healing. So you have data. You start with where you are. You rank things on the scales of 0 to 10, so you know where you're at, 10 being the worst, 0 being healed. And then you track your symptoms as you work through healing them all, essentially, right? There was memory problems even. So pain was
yeah.
definitely the big one. And then you got some sort of autoimmune diagnosis around arthritis, essentially, right?
It is.
And
Yeah,
then uh, and then like every human, when you're talking about regulating emotions, you were essentially a master at regulating. You had anger, rage, frustration, irritation, envy, fear, nervousness, stress, disappointment, the whole human spectrum, some higher, some less. There was some stuff around abuse. And so as of now, you're not feeling these anymore. Is that right?
no, not at all.
It's
Not at
incredible.
all. It is
Amazing. Keep
incredible.
going.
Actually, it's magic.
It is
Actually, it
magic.
is magic. It is
Well, that's the
magic.
whole point is that we
Yeah,
are magic, right? And we want to
we are.
demystify the magic, right? I mean, we are these perfectly divine beings, the universe has
Yeah,
created us in perfection. We've been programmed to believe that pain and suffering is just a part of our story that we have to just kind of accept or regulate at best, right?
yeah,
And oftentimes that belief that it's even possible to just be peaceful, harmonious, and balanced. No triggers, happy, no negative emotions. Again, they can come up, but it's not caused from the past, right? You
that's
clear it and
right.
you move on.
That's right.
So it is a miracle. And this should be the norm, everybody. This is the new norm that we're
That's
creating
yeah.
here. So continue. So you went on your journey. You had to go deeper because regulating wasn't
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I decided to
Where
go
did that lead
deeper
you?
because, yeah, it wasn't enough for me to basically get rid of that pain, which was my ultimate goal. And I was not giving up on myself. No way. And I did not accept that to be the story of my life. No way. No way. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to invest myself as much as I can, but I'm going to get there. So yeah, basically, I have a friend. She's a yoga teacher, and she's really into spirituality, and that is her way of life. And we went for a coffee, and she started to telling me about shamanism, spirituality, about plant medicine, and I was like, okay, what is that? wait a second. So she basically opened a second door for me. And I was like, wow, I felt something inside of me. Like I felt it in my bones, like that is my pet. Even though I didn't have anyone who actually experienced it, but I was so confident that I should continue my journey there, because that is kind of going deeper. If we're just having a psychotherapy on one side, like spirituality is going deeper, basically. So I basically I decided to try plant medicine, to sit with the plant medicine, and everybody around me was freaking out, honestly. Like, wow, really? You're gonna do that? Wow, but that's dangerous. Like, they were so skeptical. And I was like, yeah, I truly believe that I have to do it, because by the time I was already connected to myself. I already could like hear the voice of my soul going me, yeah, that's the way, go there. So yeah, basically did that, and that was like, wow, so transformative. Ah, it gives me chills right now, honestly. It was
Well, you are a
such
medicine woman, and
transformative.
you have this in your spiritual DNA, right? We go to
Yeah,
past lives, a lot of past life
yeah.
work we did to have to unearth this stuff, this pain through timelines, right? And it was very clear. I remember sitting with you in the beginning, and I saw that drum behind you as well, the medicine drum, and I was like, "You're a medicine woman. You've been a medicine woman.
Yeah.
It's your calling." So it was like you came back home, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I came back home, and I was like, when I finished the ceremony, and I was sitting there with myself, opened with my open heart, and I was just thinking about, oh, I'm so sorry if somebody just spends his or her life not feeling this. Honestly, it was like, for me, it was like the first time that I actually felt everything around me, and it was like magic. Like ayahuasca is a great teacher. It's a great
Yes.
teacher, and it's a mother. You know, mothers can be hard, but they are also nurturing. So that was like a really transformative experience for me, and that's when I decided that I'm going to do that yearly. And it moved me a lot, a lot, a lot. I completely changed my life after first experience with plant medicine, completely, like completely from roots. And that was like a first major change in my life. And by that time, my pain was quite different, in a sense that I still experienced it, but it wasn't like 10 to 13 hours a day every day. Sometimes some days were like no pain, but other days were like a month in a row with the pain. So it was still there, even though much changed. So I knew that I'm on the right path. And yeah, then I became like, during that journey, I became like more and more and more and more and more curious. I just felt like this is where I belong, this is it. But what is really important for me to emphasize that even when I was on the first stage of healing in psychotherapy sessions, I already knew that this pain was my greatest torture, but also the greatest teacher in my life. So
Right.
I was really honoring that path that I was going through, like really honoring, because I also learned to speak with my body. I knew that this pain is basically my soul screaming. That is how I used to describe it. Like, my soul is screaming through this pain because my soul was speaking to me. I wasn't listening to my soul. And basically, it started to scream because it's time to hear. And that's it. So I knew it. So I wasn't in a mindset where I was like, wow, why am I experiencing this pain? Why is this happening to me? I was like, okay, this brought me like the best things in my life. Honestly, best things. And each and every step during that healing journey, I was becoming myself. I was remembering who I am. And then, as I become more and more and more curious, I just I don't know. I actually don't remember in which way and how, but maybe on Instagram. I don't know. I saw a reel of Shayun speaking about the light force and life force method. And I was like, I became like extremely interested, which was like quite strange for me because I could also find like so many reels of people speaking like their stories and speaking about healing, but something about that was like, I need to try this.
It
So
called to you.
yeah, it called me. It called me. And then I basically listened to each and every podcast and interview. And then I decided to sign in to the app and get into the community. And my aim was always working one-on-one with you guys, but I was just like to explore a bit before
Yeah,
I
it's a
just
good first step. And for anybody
it is.
listening
It's
to, she's
actually an
talking
amazing,
about
great
the
step. Yeah, I
yeah,
love it.
she's talking about the online app and community where our healers are in there, including myself and Enna and our community, and it's a great place where you can learn the healing modality and really just apply it and see if it's right for you. So that was your first step, but you wanted to work one on one.
Yeah, I want it. I want it, but I just wanted to explore a bit first. And then one of the Life Force healers, she contacted me and we got in contact and there was an instant bond. And I wasn't, honestly, I wasn't a fan of communities in general. And I was like, I'll be the passive member of the community, but the Life Force community, come on. Come on,
It's a
it's totally
vibe.
different vibe. It's
It's
totally
a
different vibe.
vibe.
Yeah, like
It's a
everyone's supporting
family.
each other. It is a family, honestly. It
Yeah,
is. Like
that's the
everybody's
difference.
supporting each other, like everybody's sharing their experiences. Um, it's beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful. So I started
Yeah.
basically doing the program through the app by myself. And that was June. And I got step by step through the program. And then I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm ready for one-on-one.
Let's go.
Then we basically arranged one-on-one sessions. It was, we started in September, I believe. And it was quite a journey, honestly. It was
It
quite a
has been a
journey.
wild journey. So let's get into that. So first, you know, tell us a little bit, you told us about where you were at, right?
Yeah,
And now you're here, you're on the other side. You're not experiencing any of your physical or emotional symptoms. Is that correct?
that's correct. All of my
Amazing.
symptoms magically disappeared. Like magically
Incredible.
disappeared. It is.
Incredible.
It's
So
still
tell us,
incredible for me. It still is.
and I remember, yeah, tell us about your experience, because I remember also it was like we got into the dark night of the soul. I remember this, where you were questioning everything, right? Whether or not it was going to work, because we were going deep, 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 and that leg pain was just hanging on for dear life, right? It would disappear, it came back. So
Yeah.
just tell us about your honest experience with the Light Force healing method. Yeah.
Yeah, so we basically, honestly, I had a huge expectations. And I remember when we got on our first session, it was you, Shayun, and me. And I told you, like, I'm so excited. I have huge expectations here. And Shayun told me, oh, come on, you have to just leave those expectations in front of the door. And maybe at that particular time, I didn't understand what she meant, but I know now. Like, that was like kind of something that I definitely should have done. So yeah, like I had huge expectations, and I thought like, okay, it will be quick. Like my pain will disappear quick. But at the same time, I was not aware of the process inside of me, of my limiting beliefs toward healing. Because as I said, I've been trying to heal this chronic pain for 9 years. I went through a lot, honestly. I tried everything. I honestly tried everything. Like those were like 9 very active years, not like I'm trying something and then I'm quite passive, like accepting what's going on, but I was pretty active about it. So, yeah, like I didn't notice those limiting beliefs about healing because I tried so much and nothing worked completely. Like it worked a bit, but not completely, not like I'm healed. So even though at the time I didn't knew what is being healed. Like I was aiming at healing that chronic pain, but I could never imagine what is the feeling of being healed. I could never ever imagine, honestly. This is like completely different state of being, of living, of everything. So yes, so basically we started, and basically, like the Life Force healing method, we always start with healing mother and father wounds. Like we always start with our parents, and those are like our first 2 sessions. Then we move through the rest of the map. I'm very systematic. I like to
Very detailed.
prioritize things, so I know you're the same. So yeah, we basically cleared the entire map, and during the journey, what happened is that like some of those small, like minor symptoms healed instantly, but that particular shooting pain in my leg was still there. Oh, that was so challenging for me. Like we cleared the entire map, why it's still here? And oh, it was a hard period for me, honestly. Like I had like 3 days, which were really hard on me. Like, wow. I was quite honestly disappointed. But I was like, that was like my authentic feeling at that particular
Yeah.
time. And then I just caught myself thinking about, will this work? Is this it? Then I just sat with myself and told myself, you listen to me, girl. This will work. This has to work. You will heal. You're here to heal. This is your end of this journey, end of your healing journey. And you're going to start living your purpose. That's it. We're going like all the way. And then I remember talking to you, and your words were always supporting and encouraging to me. Like it was like a pure medicine, honestly. And then I figured that basically there are like a plenty of limiting beliefs about healing that I need to clear. And then we started to do that. Like we mapped all my limiting beliefs related to healing, and we cleared all those beliefs. And there is a beautiful ceremony also that we do during the program, which was like one of the most beautiful things that I ever done during my healing journey. And what happened to me is actually that it took me, I'm not sure now, I believe 2 weeks after the whole healing process for my body actually to catch up with all the healing that we did. But we went really deep during those healing processes. I also experienced during the healing process, I experienced like really vivid dreams, like a lot of my memories surfacing, a lot of my memories that needed to be healed. I also find the morning ritual, the Life Force morning ritual, magical even today. Like I never skip it. I love it, and I'm gonna stick to it for my entire life. I love it because just the meditation in the morning ritual was a game changer for me. It was a big changer, and I was like, okay, if this has so much effect, like what about when I start healing? Like the morning ritual by itself, it's wow. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
basically, yeah, and like your like Life Force healing program is so fun. That's
Where
really
healing can
fun.
be
Like
fun,
it is
right?
fun. It is fun. It is
Yeah.
fun. It's magical. It's so dreamy and so vivid, and I don't have words, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I still don't have like the proper words for what you're experiencing during this healing journey, because I always say like psychotherapy is much more difficult process than the Life Force healing process. It is. It's like, for example, it takes longer. Like, come on, Alexander.
Forever.
Like you're healing. Like, yeah, you can heal your mother and father wound in 2 hours, like in one session. Come on. Like you, but yeah, I was mind blown, honestly, because I'm working with clients. I'm a psychotherapist. I'm working with clients for years, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna dare to say this. Like psychotherapy is a Nokia compared to Life Force healing methods, which is an iPhone. I like to say that because it's advanced, it's quicker. And like if somebody told me that you can heal your mother and father wound in 2 hours, I would tell him, no way. Like, no way. You cannot do that. And you can spend years in therapy and not being able
Lifetime.
to do it.
The never-ending healing journey. This is what we're talking about. You're articulating it perfectly.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
one is we have to shift the belief into that it's possible. And that's what you were saying you had to do. Like you peel back the layers. And I'm so glad you brought this up because so many people who are listening to this have experienced this concept of just being on this never-ending healing journey. In fact, it is a toxic program that
It
in the
is.
wellness spiritual space, people wear it like a badge of honor. 25 years healing, 10 years healing. I've been on my journey for 50 years. I'm like,
It
there's a
was
problem
me.
with this.
It was me.
Yeah.
I was the same. Like I'm in my healing journey. Like as you said, like wearing the badge, like good thing to do.
Now it's like, when do we end that healing journey,
Yeah.
right? And so a big part of it is belief that it's possible. And you don't have to have that right off the top, right? That came through the process. You didn't even realize that you had limiting
Yeah.
beliefs around it
Yeah.
until you got
Yeah.
deeper in there, right?
Yeah.
The
That's right.
pain wasn't going to let you go until everything was cleared. And this is what we say. If you want full healing, and what we define that as is you're no longer experiencing any negative emotional symptoms or physical symptoms or spiritual symptoms in the present moment that's caused by the past. This is what we
That's right.
define full healing as. Then you have to clear everything.
You have to clear everything. And
You have to
you
clear
also,
everything.
it's not just the belief that and trust in the process and it's then and the trust that it's possible. It is possible. Like so many of us are witnessing this. Like so
Yeah.
many. It is possible. But also you need to surrender to the process. Like I believe that's a huge part of this journey. You need to surrender and not resist the process as a whole. And you have to also just like give up on everything that you thought you knew, like everything. And you just have to surrender and give trust to the divine and let it guide you and just flow. And when you flow, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Absolutely. And you're also illustrating another important point that this isn't us healing you, right? It's you learning how
That's
to
right.
heal yourself and having that trust within yourself. And this is the spiritual component of it, right? Like we have to have
That's right.
mind, body, and spirit. These are the three pillars that we have to have in balance, right? And one without the other is like a two-legged stool. It's always going to be off balance. And surrender is like the life theme, the spiritual life theme. Like we have to surrender to the ceremony of
Yeah.
life daily, right? And we
Yeah.
also have to surrender to through the process as well,
That's
because
right.
there's so much. We oftentimes get so pigeonholed, or blinders, right? It's like I have to heal my leg pain, right? And it has to happen in this way, and this time, and this thing. And then when that doesn't happen, then this is the expectations, right? Then you feel crestfallen. It's like, oh, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with everybody? But then you go deeper and say, no, 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 no. What am I missing? Okay. Now we go deeper and deeper and deeper until you find it. So, what was the moment for you that changed it all and made this 9-year chronic leg pain disappear?
I don't know. It just happened I like 2 weeks after healing, and we were in a contact. We were in contact. You were asking me, "How are you? Do you experience pain?" I was like, "Yeah, there is still pain." And like 2 weeks after, when my body recalibrated and catch up for the healing that I did, I just woke up and there was no pain. And I like 7 days passed, I believe. I didn't tell you that I'm not experiencing pain. I was quiet. I was in silence. I didn't tell anyone, like anyone.
Were you thinking, is this real? Is it going to
Yeah,
come back?
yeah, I thought it. Yeah, and I was just there. And when my mom, for example, she asked me like, "Do you have pain?" I was like, "Don't ask me that, please. Don't ask me. I'll get back to you."
Currently
And I
under
remember,
analysis.
yeah, and I remember we got on a call and you asked me, so what about your pain? Do you have it? And I was like, oh, now I have to tell him. And
What
I
were you afraid of?
I, yeah, I figured that like I was sitting in a cafe with my friends drinking coffee, and because that pain usually would hit me while I was sitting, so I was just I just caught myself waiting for it to come, and then because when we're doing the LightForce program, we learn all the tools to do by ourselves. So we can use it, which is like the other huge benefit of being in this program. So basically, you have all the knowledge that a healer has. So you can just continue using those tools. And then when I figured that on that coffee with my friends, that I'm just that I'm being afraid that that pain will come back, and that's why don't want to speak about it. Then I just got home and cleared that fear. And that was like the real game changer for me, because once I cleared it, I didn't feel that fear of the pain coming back. And that was
Right.
like the final stage for me, like
That's it. That's the last piece.
final. Yeah, it's still wow. Honestly, it's still
It
wow.
is, yeah.
Yeah, but it is wow. It's,
And I gotta say, you said that it's another point that's so important is that this is about learning the tools so you can be your own healer, right?
yeah.
And you were relentless though, and I have to say this isn't something where like you kind of show up and you just get on the call, once with your healer, or you kind of like dabble in it. Like you got to be committed, right? You have to be committed.
Yeah.
You got to practice it. You
Yeah,
got to
fully.
embody it. It becomes a way of life, right? And then you're embodied with the tools. So when things come up in life, you just deal with it there and then, and it doesn't become a big issue again, right? But you were very committed. You were journeying. You were going deep into the subconscious. You were connecting with your higher self, with spirit guides. I mean, like you were like on the medicine without the medicine. It was
It was my thing.
getting your messages are amazing. It's like something out of a J.R.R. Tolkien movie. Like The Hobbit or something. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's really, really incredible. Like magic is real.
yeah.
You dove head first and were relentless in your process, and you got the rewards for it. And honestly, I think that your story is a testament to the power that you have, the power that we all have within us, if we're committed to it, right? And have that belief in ourselves.
It's so beautiful that you mentioned commitment and dedication, because this process definitely requires commitment and dedication. It's not like I'm going to do that 1 hour a week and that's it. No, you have to show up for yourself every day during the 4 to 7 weeks of healing. And yeah, you have to dedicate your time to it, and you have to slow down. I believe you have to, at least I slowed down during the
Yeah.
process, and I changed everything. I changed also, like, yeah, I really wanted to mention this. Like, I think that I was making a big mistakes during my healing journey, because in the first stage, I was really dedicated to my mind. Then I was really dedicated to my body, and then I was really dedicated to my spirit. No, you have to do like all three at the same time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
during the process, I changed my diet completely. I changed everything. Like my days weren't the same. I changed everything during the process. And I was like, I'm going to change this during the process and then we'll see. But it sticked, because it like people always also when they heal, they basically come back to what they did before the whole process, which is insane, honestly.
No,
No,
and that's honestly the biggest part is you have to
yeah,
create
it
your external
requires
world
like
to now
a
match
complete
the inner
change
world
of
that
your
you've created.
lifestyle, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also one more thing that I would really like to mention, which was kind of magical for me when it comes to this process, is because in the session we clear like different characters from our life, from this life, but also from past lives, etc. Like, it was also mind-blowing when I realized that my relationship with the people in my life completely changed because I cleared all the negative negative emotional charges that were there in our relationship. Like it also changed them, which was also kind of really interesting, like looking at it. And
No, that's
that's also,
incredible. I mean, that
yeah,
because you change your energy, right? And the
yeah,
connections that you have that are
yeah,
keeping holding patterns or
yeah,
relationships
yeah,
change. People start
yeah.
noticing this always. It's incredible to
It
see.
is. It is. It is. I
So,
transformed so many relationships in my life because of the healing I did. Like I completely transformed those relationships, which is
and that's what
beautiful.
it is. It's transformation because the energy that took you to get to where you are is not going to be the same to
Yeah.
get you to where you want to go. Everything has got to change. And that's why we say it's a way of life. And honestly, the biggest step in this process is saying yes. And I
Yeah.
know it's scary for people because they question, well, am I going to have to change my partner, my relationship to work, how I'm spending my time, my relationship to self, my relationship to food, my relationship to everything? If there's dysfunction, if you're not happy all the time, which again doesn't mean that you don't experience negative emotions, but if you're not happy and stoked about your life, then there's something off. And you've got to get in there and figure it out. And ultimately, this is the path of connecting with purpose, right? Which
That's right.
leads us to this next piece. So through your process, the first 4 weeks we always say is your healing. The last 3 weeks is the purpose. People work on different timelines too when they come into the app. Sometimes it takes people a couple months, sometimes it's a few months, whatever. The point is that when you fully heal yourself, then you step into your purpose. People have got it the other way around. And what was that shift for you? And what are you doing now?
Yeah, like I was thinking about, like, this is so beautiful question. I was thinking about this the other day when we agreed that we were going to do this podcast, and I was like, I was asking myself, who am I? Who am I now? And I came to this. I'm an ex-soldier who turned her pain into wisdom and greatest strength and become a light warrior. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Brava.
me.
I love it.
That's me. I was a soldier, Alexander.
Mhm.
And the soldiers are so rigid, so disciplined. The soldier doesn't have trust. The soldier doesn't flow in life. So yeah, my purpose is being a warrior of light right now. So basically, yes, I have to, like, the beautiful part of this journey. So once you're healed, so you basically come to the second part of the program, which is finding your purpose and manifesting your purpose. I have to tell you that I kind of already knew what is my purpose, but that purpose just basically shaped in the most beautiful way with the LightForce Center. So we went through many of my past lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
that's what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
cleanup.
It's fun. This is so fun. Yeah, I could really go deeply into the sessions, which was really beautiful. It was kind of natural for me. You made a comment once, like, this is like a Lord of the Rings. Sessions
Yeah,
with you are like a Lord of the
totally.
Rings.
Totally.
Yeah, and the thing is that once you're healed, you can go even deeper. And yeah, in all of my past lives, I was a healer, but I already knew that's part of my purpose. Even as a child, I like to say that what you were dreaming as a child probably is your purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always wanted to be of service to other people. Like for me, being of service to children in Africa when I was a child was like a big deal. I remember as a child I was trying to find a way to go there to help them all, which is beautiful. So I started to basically live my
Oh.
purpose once I became a psychotherapist. But yeah, I just needed another more concrete component of my
Yeah.
purpose. So basically, yes, I became a life force healer, which I'm beyond grateful because I believe in our mission with all of my heart, honestly,
Mm.
with all of my heart. I believe that we are doing such a beautiful things that it's such an honor to be part of the transformative journey of an individuals who experience emotional pain, physical pain, who are really trying to find their way in this world. And what I believe is really, really beautiful, that we are giving people the opportunity to be the light in this world. And we need that a lot now, honestly, a
Oh,
lot.
yes, we do. This is the calling now, and everybody's feeling it. And if anybody's listening this far through it, I know you're feeling it too, right? And so this is the whole point is we have to create conscious solutions right now for all of Earth's inhabitants, but we can't create those conscious solutions from an unconscious state. So what do? We heal ourselves. We elevate our conscience or consciousness so that we can better serve. This is the whole point, not just having millions of people healing, but what was going to happen when we have millions of healed people activating their individual and collective purpose together. Now we can start really seeing how we can change the world, so to speak,
Yeah,
by changing ourselves.
that's right.
And it's an honor to have you. You know, becoming a light force healer is not something that, you know, we put on the website and market. It's like, come and get your 300-hour training, no, you know, certificates that you pay for, none of that. It has to be an inner calling. The prerequisite is to have been able to embody the process and heal yourself. And this is really important because many people are searching, do I go here? Do I do that? Do I do breath work? Do I do plant medicine? Do I do psychotherapy? Do I do NLP? Do I do hypnosis? Blah, 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 blah. Work with healed people. I think no matter what you do, whatever you do, just do it from a healed state. And that's the prerequisite before even being able to wear the badge of a light force healer, so to speak. And so you've proven that. And then the second piece is that you actually have the genuine soul calling to want to learn and embody it and help others. And so, you know, when you get to work with this beautiful light warrior here, you know that she's gone through the process, that the people here have gone through the process and continue to embody it, right? And walk the walk. We have to. And if something comes out of alignment, you fix it and you get back into alignment again. And
That's
this is
right.
life, and it's so beautiful.
That's right.
So what would be your advice to anybody who's struggling, who's questioning themselves, questioning whether it's possible for them, and who might be curious on learning and joining the family in Light Force Healing? What would you say to them?
What I want everyone to know is that you don't have to live with your pain, either emotional or physical. Like, this is not something that you have to live with it. Like, I just, even on social media, I just read a lot about people just like advertising false information of even anxiety, which is quite simple with the life force method. Like, you don't have to live with an anxiety. What like, people are taking antidepressants for years. Come on. Anxiety, you can even like solve that with psychotherapy. That's like, it will take long, of course, but you can do it. So I would just like to invite everyone to start believing that they deserve more and that they can have more. Also, I would like to invite them to join the community. They can at least just hop in, just see what's going on there. Why not?
Yeah, it's free. You can try it for a
It
free
is, yeah.
trial.
So basically, it only takes curiosity to come in and just see what's going on there. Like, there are so many beautiful souls in our community. So hopefully they'll stick with us and go through the entire process. Also, I would like to tell them that this process doesn't take a long time. So if you can basically just take 4 weeks to finalize the chapter of pain in your life and start living your purpose, I don't see a reason why not to do it. And I hear a lot that people say, like, I don't have time. Come on, you don't have time? You don't have like 4 weeks to transform your life completely? Wow. I believe that all of us have time. And
Absolutely.
it takes like 2 hours a day in order to go through this transformative process. So I believe that all of us can do it. And I would like to tell everyone that's listening to us and watching us that you're not alone. Even if we are feeling alone, sometimes you're not alone. Like, there are plenty of us there to, wanting to support every individual who is willing to work and walk this path with us. And I also would like to tell everyone that this is not only for us. Like going through the healing is not only for me or for yourself. It is for the entire planet. It is for all the future generations. It is for all the people that are living currently on this planet. Like, this is such a huge mission. Because
for your children, for your friends, for your family, it's for everybody. They get the benefit, the best version of you.
Yeah, so we are not doing this only for ourselves, but for everyone, honestly. Because in that way, we all become light for this earth and everybody on this earth. And we really, honestly need this right now, all of us. So just hop in. We're going to be there waiting for you and support you on this journey.
Ouch, ouch. Oh, absolutely. So beautifully said. Yes. And so if you're interested, we'll put the link in the description of this video. You can come and join the community, the family, we should say, for free. You can do a free trial. You can say hello. You can meet us and the whole family. And like she said, we're here to support you. And you can also book a call to talk to one of our guides who will give you all the different options available to you. We've truly done our best to create plans, pathways for everybody to meet you where you are. So you can also check the link out in the description of the video if you just want to hop on a call and talk to somebody about your specific case as well too. So thank you, Enna. Thank you so much for being with us, for trusting us, for sharing your light. And we'll see you all on the inside. Woohoo!